From the zombie's inactivity in the UFC to Holloway's insane punch variety, these are the real reasons Max Holloway will destroy the Korean Zombie. Starting with the Korean Zombie's inactivity in the UFC, the guy hasn't fought in the promotion since April 20th, 22. And his last fight didn't really go as planned for him. It was a brutal fourth-round TKO loss at the hands of Volkanovski. Also, you'll have to look even deeper into 2021 to look for his last victory inside the octagon, because it came against Dan Ige in June 2021. It's been over a year since he last fought, but the Zombie did try to book a fight for himself in February, and he couldn't because of an injury. You can't expect anyone to just come in and beat Holloway after a year of inactivity. It's tough, guys. Facing someone like Max, it's frightening. On the other hand, Holloway last fought in early 2023. He dismantled Arnold Allen in impressive fashion. When it comes to who's more fight-ready, it obviously has to be Blessed. He's the one who has fought recently and is in great shape. Also, the Korean Zombie's 36 years old now, and this might be his last fight inside the octagon. And being fit at that kind of age isn't that easy. But that isn't the only reason why Max will beat Chan Sung-jung. This fight is a complete mismatch. Yeah, you heard me right. This isn't the fight that should be happening right now. The only reason it's happening is because Blessed asked for it himself. Otherwise, the UFC would never have let this happen. We just saw Zombie get destroyed by Volk in 2022, and Max is a completely different breed. He's a different kind of boxer. We've seen him brutalize the top fighters in the featherweight division, fighters like Brian Ortega, Jose Aldo, and the guy even did great against Alexander. And as we know, the Korean Zombie's got a history of getting hit a lot. That's always been his issue. And Holloway's the self-proclaimed best boxer in the UFC. If he isn't the best, though, he's definitely one of the best, and this is what makes him so dangerous. This really isn't going to end nicely for the Korean Zombie. A more even matchup would have been nice for his potential retirement fight. Holloway's going to be a massive favorite heading into this bout. And I won't be surprised if he finishes this fight in only the first 3 rounds, because that's a real possibility, guys. One thing is for sure, it's going to be a tough night for the Korean Zombie. Max hits a lot. His striking is insane. And as I've already told you that the Korean Zombie gets hit a lot, things could end up going wrong for him. Speaking of Holloway striking, that's one of the biggest reasons why he'll destroy the Korean, because his striking volume is a huge threat to anyone in the promotion. Guys, we need to talk about this, like the number of strikes he throws per fight. Every round that he fights inside the octagon, he outpaces all his opponents. Not necessarily with the speed and the power, but only by the fact that he's always throwing punches at him. The guy's always moving and touching his opponents. He has a total of 3,122 significant strikes in his UFC career. And when you listen to the gap between him and the guy who's second, you'll know how insane this record is. Second on the list's the retired Frankie Edgar, with 1,801 career significant strikes. See what I'm talking about? But one of the things that we need to look at with his volume is how hard is he throwing? Because Holloway isn't the kind of fighter who's too fast or too strong. No, this isn't the case with him, but that's not necessarily a bad thing when it comes to striking, because he's always touching his opponents with his punches, and eventually it wears him down. This is something that could really hurt Chan, because he's getting old. The guy's already 36. It's tough to go deeper into fights at that age. You really get tired of taking punches and always moving. But Max doesn't. He has exceptional cardio, and he's only 31. He'll have no problem whatsoever if the fight goes the distance. And this is what can hurt the Korean Zombie the most. There's one thing that complements his striking volume, and that's his relaxed feints. A lot of times when fighters throw feints, they're very twitchy, and you can tell that those feints are going to exhaust them quickly. But that isn't the case with Blessed. When Max throws his feints, he stays relaxed, but people still fall for them. They're not like too relaxed, so slow that it makes him look like a turtle. It's somewhere in between too slow and really fast. Somehow he's found that middle ground where his feints aren't exhausting him, and at the same time, people are falling for it. This lets him completely control the pace of his fights. It almost feels like he's the one dictating what's going to happen next. It's so beautiful to watch. And at the same time, it's equally as dangerous for his opponents. This is why a lot of fighters try to take him down, or they tend to go with low kicks whenever they're facing him. Because exchanging punches with him has proven to be a nightmare for a lot of fighters, and I have no doubt that it'll be a nightmare for Zombie as well. Now, I'm not saying that the Korean isn't quick. He's very quick, maybe even quicker than Max. But this is the kind of fight where it isn't just about being fast. No, I'm not trying to copy Dominic Toretto, but it is what it is. Zombie's gonna have to somehow outpace Holloway, try to control the fight with some moves of his own, but as easy as it is to say these things, it's equally tough to do them against Blessed. But not only is Blessed good at throwing strikes, but he's also equally as good at taking them. And by good, I mean really good. The guy takes so much punishment, but it doesn't really look like it affects him. I mean, it's not like he's dodging all the shots. He's no Floyd Mayweather. He is getting hit, but somehow he's so durable. He has this ability to take hits and still keep going in fights. On the other hand, the Zombie isn't that good at absorbing hits. Yeah, he takes a lot of hits, but can he take them as nicely as Max? And the answer's no, he can't. Striking durability is something that Blessed trains for. It's something that he knows how to do. Not a lot of fighters in the world know how to take shots. So, even if the Zombie likes hitting his opponents, he likes to knock them out with his punches, there's no way that the Hawaii native will allow him to do this. And this is where Zombie might lose this fight. There's also another reason why Chan Sung will lose this fight, and it's because of the height advantage that Blessed has over him. Holloway stands at 5 feet and 11 inches, while the Zombie's only 5 feet 9. Now, this may not feel like a significant difference to you guys, but actually in MMA, it's a lot. And the fact that Holloway utilizes his height advantage to perfection makes him even more dangerous. He uses his long arms and legs to completely shut off his opponents, especially when his opponent's a short guy, like in this case the Korean Zombie. Max manages the range so perfectly that there's no room left for his opponents to attack him. He's always using his low kicks to put off the opponents. This lets him maintain the distance, and while they're settling in all this, he'll charge at him with his punches. So, his height will play a big role in Blessed winning this fight. I know what you'll say now. If he's that good at utilizing his height, why did he lose to Volkanovski 3 times? Look guys, it's Volk we're talking about. He's the pound-for-pound #1. He's no Korean Zombie. There's a big difference between these two guys. In the end, I want to talk about something really important, something that's surely gonna win Max this fight. His punching variety, and this is one of the most insane skills that he has. I mean, you'll never see the guy throwing all his punches straight down the middle. No way. Blessed's so good at changing his targets on his opponent's body, he might come in with a few strikes in the middle, and within a fraction of a second, he'll produce a powerful strike to the body or the head. Not to mention that he's always changing the way of his attacks. It's so spectacular to watch. It's very difficult for his opponents to get a read on what's coming. This variety is what makes him so dangerous. Holloway never lets his opponents settle inside the octagon. And this is why I'm worried about the Korean Zombie, because the beating he's about to receive on the 26th of August, it could be an embarrassing one. So there you have it, from Holloway's insane punch variety to the Korean Zombie's inactivity in the UFC. Those were the real reasons Max Holloway will destroy the Korean Zombie.